Welcome to the Tom Bernard Cod That's good. Welcome to the Tom Bernard Podcast with
co-host Catherine Brandt. You okay there, Tom?
Well, nobody else is okay either, apparently. What are we doing today?
Usually go Andy second is usually,
Yeah,
but
okay.
that's what we did last week.
But
But
I know
Andy Brandt Bernard.
Bryant Mike.
Yeah, Brian Mike, exactly.
Bert Kristen?
Bert Kristen Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Bert Kristen.
My goodness.
Actually, that's
What
a
is-
nice name. That would be a good
Bert
acting name.
Kristen. Yeah.
Bert Kristen.
I used to always get, hey, Bert, where's Ernie?
Oh,
Oh,
of course.
Growing up, I
There's
hated
a
it.
I
shock.
bet you did.
There's a shock. Nobody ever called me Barnyard, of course.
No.
Never.
No, that never happened.
Never.
Every single
Yeah.
day, but other than that. So what's happening in Hollywood, sister?
Oh, my goodness. There's so much going on. I was like, can we even keep up with the news anymore? Let's start with Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
I have a question for all of you on this. Okay.
Too bad Alex
You buy
isn't
a
here.
concert
She was
ticket.
always a big JT
Yeah, it's
fan.
true.
Yeah, so this is kind of interesting because he's kind of in his downfall era. I mean, he's had like
Yep.
a succession of controversies, but right now he's on tour in Europe and he is doing a lot of this. So, like, if you're Justin Timberlake and if he goes like, I got this feeling, and then goes to the audience and asks you to sing maybe half of the lyrics on more than one song, are you feeling ripped off as a concert goer who maybe spent $500 on a ticket?
Yeah.
Half of the lyrics? Yes, that's
Yeah, that's
ridiculous.
quite a
Yeah.
bit.
He did that here. I was at his concert when it was early in the year. We went and he did some of that, and it was a good show. I mean, you get the show that you expect from him. It's a good show.
Yeah.
So.
I saw him a long time ago, and I don't think he did that, but whatever.
We are seeing, and this is not, Romania is where a lot of and it was raining, so it was a really miserable situation for him. So I want to preface it with that. But we're seeing other locations now in Europe, and he's doing it more and more frequently. Now, is he sick? Are his vocal cords hurting? Like, there could be something underlying there, but he's barely dancing now, too, on top of all of that. And
Wow.
I went to
Okay.
the Shania Twain concert 2 years ago at the Hollywood Bowl. The tickets were free, and I was very pleased about that because half of her songs, like her big hits, she would put out to the audience the microphone and have everyone sing. And I'm like, I am here to listen to you sing. You do not need to listen to me sing.
Yeah,
I'm a terrible
that's a good
singer.
point.
And it's frustrating. And I thought, like, again, my tickets were free, so I had no skin in the game. But if I were someone who had spent $150, $200, $1,000 to sit down front at the Hollywood Bowl, I would be upset that Still the One is being sung by 18,000 people instead of Shania Twain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it would be it's different if it's just a little back and forth to engage the audience, but to have a lot of singing, I would be like, I would think that would be a little boring.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could you move your light down that's shining back in the people's eyes off of that black screen behind you?
I can't
Shining in people's eyes.
do.
Must be the reflection
That's
off it. He's
reflection
talking about
off
reflection
there.
off the TV.
Oh.
If I do,
Well, let me take care of something like that. Fawn and Sage,
What?
do you like grape jelly?
Yeah.
Do you like? I found something I thought you might like.
There we go.
Oh,
Let's get them sugared up.
Oh, those Bobos.
No,
oh
grape
yeah, we've
jelly's
had those
nothing.
before.
Yeah.
Has no sugar.
Ethan loves Bobos.
yummy.
Should I give one to Uncle Mike?
I've never even heard of what these things are. What are they?
Delicious.
They're really good.
They're at Lakeland's by our new
Don't let Judy have any, please.
Bobos.
Bobos.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're not going to eat them?
They
Just
sell
gonna
them-
You
stare?
live in your new house right now?
Well, we
No.
were there yesterday. We don't
don't
live
live there,
but
no.
We're going to be there more and more.
Okay, back to the concert.
Justin
yes.
Timberlake. Yeah, so I think it's become kind of a controversy and he hasn't addressed it yet, but it is
talking about
taking
JT.
off on social media right now. And it's going to get to a point where he's going to need to address it, say, hey, I'm not feeling well or something, because people are saying, I was dying to see him. These are fans too, people who were genuinely wanted to see him. Traveled
Sure.
sometimes to another country. Were super excited, and they're saying, "I didn't feel like I got my money's worth on this concert."
Yeah, it's weird for him to not be dancing. I mean, he's known for dancing.
That's his. He
Yeah.
he has far more of a nightclub act now than he had. It looks more like a Vegas nightclub act now. From
Then
what he
maybe
did
it's
in
not a
Minneapolis.
stadium tour he should be
Yeah.
doing anymore. Smaller clubs, Las Vegas residency in a smaller
Oh.
venue. I think that is where you have to start like reassessing your career. And I'm sure ego-wise, it's hard to think, I used to fill stadiums.
I think
But if you don't want to do the big stadium tour with all of the craziness like Taylor Swift just did with the Eras tour, it's time to downsize.
I think he would be great in a residency in Las Vegas because that's kind of the age group that's going to
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah.
You know, I think that would be a really
Says
smart
me, who
idea
has
for him.
tickets to Ashley Simpson. Yes, I'm going to Vegas to see Ashley Simpson. So.
No, there you go.
The listeners sing songs from 20 years ago. Yes, that's me.
There you go.
As the guy you're talking about now, is he still hanging out with that puke? What's his name?
Who?
Puke, what's his
Timberlake?
name?
What? Who?
Wasn't
Who are you talking
Justin
about?
Timberlake hanging out with that idiot that is on trial right
Diddy?
now for? Yeah, P. Diddy.
No,
I don't
they
think
weren't.
so.
I don't.
No.
Oh, I thought he lived with him for a while.
I think you're thinking about Justin Bieber.
Yes, he
Oh,
was.
I'm thinking of
Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very
And
different
Justin
people.
Bieber, when he was living
No,
with Diddy,
Bieber,
was
Timberlake. What's the
underage.
difference?
No, but he was underage, and that is a criticism I would throw at Justin Bieber's parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
was like 13.
Absolutely.
For sure. And Usher also lived with him underage. That's another
Gross.
one who, it's really sad.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Ish.
Ish,
yeah.
ish, double
But
ish.
Justin Timberlake is still has a lot of issues that haunt him between he had his DUI last year. He had, of course, he cheated on his wife.
No.
Yes, Jessica Biel, who's super hot. And then he also did, he really sort of, the whole Britney Spears thing, he kind of like
Yeah.
was telling everyone that, he took away her virginity.
Oh,
and then, of course,
God.
there's the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction, which he never took any responsibility for until years later. And people think that there's a pattern of behavior here that they don't love.
Yeah, not unusual for somebody that made it big so,
Yeah.
early
young.
Yeah.
and had to,
Stunted growth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's really sad.
I don't know. Mike and I were successful in our teens, but we didn't do anything like that.
Not that successful, but
Yeah, well, there is one argument. Not that successful.
yeah.
That is for sure.
Yeah,
no
you can still
question
go
about it.
grocery shopping without being mobbed. That's
Yeah,
a whole nother
that's
level.
very safe. Yeah.
That's actually the best type of famous to be. If you
Absolutely.
can still go grocery shopping, that's good.
Yes. Well, that's true.
Yeah, it's important
absolutely
to
right.
have to do little things like
Yeah.
that. Otherwise,
When you lose that normalcy, you wind up in a bubble.
you really do.
And you lose all perspective of what real life is like.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
very, very true.
Agreed. Well, Michael just saw Superman.
Superman. Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was
What'd you
good.
think?
I think it was about 15 to 20 minutes too long.
Usually is.
They could have shaved it a little bit, but overall it was good. And the characters, he does a really good job. Superman and the gal from Miss Maisel did a great job as Lois Lane. So the characters
Rachel
are really
Brosnahan is
Yeah.
Oh,
such-
is that
such
who it
a
is?
Oh, she's
talent.
Lois Lane?
I like her. Yeah.
Yes. She's so talented, and I was like, Maisel to me is one of my favorite series ever.
Mm-hmm.
They did such a, especially the last season, they wrapped it up really well.
Yes.
Which
So,
I don't think I
and-
ever saw, so I should watch that.
good. And
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. You.
Not the last year.
Last
I don't
year.
Oh, I was like, you have seen
The
Marvelous.
last season was delightful.
It was
last
really,
season,
really good.
The wrap-up's really good
Yes.
on that.
Oh,
And
They
then
did a very
definitely
good
see
job.
that.
also the guy from Castle, what's his name? Firefly.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
He's in it too. He's one of the Green Lantern people, and he does a good job in it. So
a
he
good
shows up in
actor.
a lot of those movies. He's able because I think he did Marvel movies too. So he's cross-applied himself pretty well.
So when you say it's
Yeah.
20 minutes too long, does it mean you get bored or like what?
The
I
action
did-
sequences are too
I
long.
did. I just think that they could, when you look at it, it's like this didn't add the last 5 minutes
Right.
didn't add anything to
Yep.
it. You didn't need this extra part.
Yeah.
It's like the Mission Impossible movies. They're a half an hour too long.
Yeah.
But we get to see Tom Cruise.
Any
do his
Michael Bay
little-
movie has action sequences too long. Any type of James Cameron, the action sequences. I went to the restroom during Avatar, the last one that came out, and I thought, okay, great, I can miss this action sequence, come on back, and then we can get back into the story because I knew that there was another 20 minutes left. That action sequence was still going on whenever.
Really?
The other thing is they should really have some sort of substance in those little parts at the end. They should not have those if they have nothing of value to them.
I agree.
It's the first one added zero, nothing. It was stupid. It was basically a postcard, and the second one arguably was a little bit better, but. They should be something if you're going to sit in there an extra 5 minutes and watch all the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people that blame the actors because they want all that screen time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Who knows?
Well, it was originally done as a way to get people to stay through the credits
Yeah,
to
the
honor the
stingers.
crew
Sure.
who works
Yeah.
very hard.
Yep.
And that was originally why it started.
Well, and they sometimes have like so-and-so will be back, or you get some little, they throw somebody
Easter
in.
egg.
They're like, oh, somebody's coming. So you suddenly will see Ms. Marvel coming or something.
Yeah.
So they have
Right.
some value. And it wouldn't be hard to find some way to add some value to them or just stop doing them.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm still stuck back in the 1950s. That was my Superman.
Yes, can confirm.
What was it, George Reeves or Steve Reeves?
George Reeves.
George
Yeah.
Reeves.
What was he
Reeves.
first?
With the S.
he
Christopher
was-
Reeve, no S. George Reeves with an S.
But was George Reeves the first one? I thought there was one more even before him. But
Maybe. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean,
But
I
there's,
feel like George Reeves was the most famous, or like the
Yeah.
first famous
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
there's the ones who play him in the radio dramas.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. There
Probably
was
not,
radio.
Probably
Yeah.
not thinking
I
about.
didn't know there were
Radio,
radio.
dramas. Ooh.
Let's see. The first one to
way
portray
back.
Superman ever was Roy Middleton
Roy Middleton.
in
yeah.
1940.
There was somebody.
40.
Yeah.
He
My
was
God.
he played Superman at the New York World's Fair in 1940.
Oh, it's a World's Fair one. Okay.
Jeez,
Yeah.
now we're going back
I got to
a
tell you
bit.
one thing. In
Almost a
all
decade.
honesty, honest to God, I don't know whose idea it was to put in a Superman movie Marlon Brando.
Oh, he was his
was
dad.
great.
He was
He
terrible. He did a great job. He was
He
his
was
dad.
doing a great job in that Superman. What are you talking
Put your
about?
cape on. I was like,
Well, that's kind of how he sounded.
that-
But he got replaced by
was
Bradley
fantastic.
Cooper in
Yeah,
this movie.
yeah, right,
Bradley
yeah.
Cooper's the dad in this movie.
yep, there you go.
Melissa and I watched a new movie, as it were.
Oh,
We watched the How to Train Your Dragon remake.
Oh, how
The
did you
live
like that?
action one?
yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The
it's-
Oh,
Go ahead.
Fawny likes it.
Did you watch it? Did you go in theaters?
no, we
or-
would just watch it at home.
But I was like, that's
when are we
still
gonna go to a
pretty new
theater?
for you, Andy.
Yeah.
It's kind of
that's new
impressive.
for
No.
you. Andy.
Well, I mean, the remake is like
Because usually
what? It's
he's
only a
like,
couple
we
months
watched,
old.
we watched like Toy Story 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's mostly what
I'm
we watch.
exaggerating,
Yes.
Andy, I know.
But yes, I mean, we did watch Toy Story 1 a couple months ago. But
So there you
and
go.
Robots.
Oh,
Remember Robots?
Yeah, robots.
No
yeah.
one else does.
Yep, I do.
Yeah, it didn't do super well. But yeah, the
No.
How to Train Your Dragon remake, I was surprised how shot for shot it was. Like, if you played them, like, superimposed over one another, it would be, like, virtually identical 95% of the time, which is interesting because a lot of these remakes change a lot, especially the Disney ones. Disney remakes always change so much.
Yeah, like the Mulan
Yeah.
was like a completely
Mulan was a
different
completely
movie.
different movie. It wasn't even a remake, arguably.
And
but
Snow
no.
White made
Reimagining.
some twists.
Yeah, but How to Train Your Dragon remake, it's virtually identical.
Yes.
The axe throwing place in Maple Grove either played a role in a couple of the weapons they have in that movie or have a couple of weapons.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, so we took
That's
pictures
cool.
with those. They were kind of cool.
Nice.
So we saw Neighbors. I think it's called Neighbors with Paul Rudd on Hulu. That is horrible. That is a
Neighbors?
horrible movie.
Oh, is it?
And it got like
Neighbors?
94% on Rotten
There's
Tomatoes.
a lot of
Or
garbage
no,
out
not
there.
Neighbors, Friendship. Is it Friendships?
okay.
Yeah.
Well, Neighbors.
It was called Friendships. It
Neighbors is a
stinks.
movie from 2014.
No,
Because I
that's
was going
not
to say,
it.
that's really old, The
No.
Neighbors. I was like, I know I saw that in
No,
the
it's a-
movie
Friendship
theater.
is from last year.
Yeah, that's horrible. Tony Robinson is horrible. That movie
Tim
stinks.
Robinson?
Oh.
Tim Robinson,
Yes, Tim Robinson. Yes, that is the movie you're thinking of.
Yeah.
It's a black comedy film.
It's horrible.
Socially awkward
But look at-
marketing
Yeah,
executive.
Kate Mara's in it.
Look at the Rotten Tomatoes on that. That's crazy.
Let's see. It's got a 73% audience, 87% critic.
Yeah, that's way, way, way too high. Because it got a bad one from our household.
Not good.
We watched a new series. I thought it was called Wilderness, but
It
it's
wasn't called
it's
Wilderness.
about the Yosemite National Park ranger guy. It's brand new, but it's not Wilderness.
It's called
Like the actual guy.
something. I can't,
Untamed, maybe?
Untamed or something like that, yeah. It's very good.
Yeah, it's shot in Yosemite, so I mean, even if you don't really care about the story, the scenery is absolutely beautiful.
is it
Oh, yeah,
like
with
a
Eric Bana. That's
documentary,
the one I
or-
told you about
is
last
it?
week. Untamed. Yeah.
Untamed.
Untamed, yep.
Yeah, who's in
Yeah.
it again? I know, I recognize.
Sam Neill's in it. Eric Bana's in it.
I recognized everybody practically. I was like, oh, that guy, that guy, that guy.
Rosemary DeWitt's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, here's some
I think
very
it's gonna
breaking
be good.
news.
Oh.
Courtesy of Darren Conton on the chat, who's basically
Hello,
always there.
Darren, yeah.
Darren's a good guy.
It's not 100% confirmed, but it is on TMZ. Hulk Hogan is dead.
Oh my
no.
God.
Uh-oh, I thought we had
I
our
was gonna say, we had our three.
Yeah.
Three. We had Connie Francis. We had Ozzy Osbourne and Malcolm Jamal.
According to
Warner. We had
TMZ,
four.
yeah, they cardiac arrest.
Well, that's not
Oh,
shocking.
geez.
Who'd have ever thought a guy who's
You guys,
6'9"
I will
and
tell
weighs
you that
400 pounds
when-
would have a heart attack?
Yeah.
99% of the time when TMZ announces a death, it is accurate because
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
police and
Yep.
EMTs who are embedded into these legal areas, hospitals, all of that.
Late
So
60s?
71.
71.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
71's pretty, for a guy that big.
With
that's
that
a
many
long
Well,
time.
steroids.
and I was
he
going to
made a
say,
good
and with
run.
the steroids.
So
like
Hulk
that-
Hogan is the blonde guy with the
Yeah, with
mustache
the
thing.
handle
Okay.
bar.
Super
What
tan.
What
you
Yeah.
got,
Okay,
Yep.
that one.
He's the
Okay.
one
And
that
then
was
he had a
dating his
reality
wife's
show.
sister's daughter, weird-looking gal. Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
think I knew that one. But
Brooke
Yeah.
Hogan, she had a music career for a hot second.
Right,
Yeah.
but
Right,
his
Brooke
girlfriend looked like just like her.
Yeah, that was
so-
weird.
Yeah, very weird.
That was weird.
well, that's too
There were
bad.
rumblings last month that Hogan was on his deathbed. We were told
Yeah.
at the time he was just dealing with symptoms of a neck procedure that he underwent in May.
Oh.
Didn't
God.
you
So
used to see him
it
at the
said it's a
break?
developing
Yeah.
story.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
I met
That's too
him
bad.
and Macho Man Randy Savage going into Hard Rock.
Yeah,
At the
absolutely.
old Minneapolis. They were
Yeah.
walking in. So that was before cell phones.
I used, to hang around, I used
Well.
to hang around with a lot of professional wrestlers. Remember that?
Yeah.
Hawk and Animal, and they're all dead. They're every
I used
one
to
of them
hang out
dead.
with Jesse.
I
Oh,
can hang
yeah.
out with Jesse.
I was gonna say,
Jesse
he's still,
Jesse
Still
and I butt
kicking,
heads a little
as
bit
far as
now.
we know.
yeah.
People think that Jesse and I don't get along because we're exactly alike, but I don't know about that. I'm not a lot like Jesse, do you think?
Cannot confirm
In
or
some
deny.
ways, you are, yes.
Listen to what Tom's got cooking.
Well, you were only born 4 months apart.
Yeah, we're only
so-
4 months apart.
Is he older than you?
Era.
I think he's older than me
Yes,
by 4 months.
he was
Okay.
born in July.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan, wow.
Yeah, that's
That's terrible.
Jeez.
It's I know it's been a really weird week. I feel like every day I'm like, okay, so let's talk about so and so stuff.
It
But
does
getting
seem
it-
to
Yeah,
happen in
that's-
like
yeah.
in-
waves.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
does, which is
Makes me
weird.
sad.
I wonder why.
I'll be curious too because Hulk Hogan was tied to Peter Thiel, who's obviously been in the news quite a bit, just with his Palantir and things like that. But that was the downfall of Defamer, which was a huge media outlet at the time because they were the ones who had published Hulk Hogan's sex tape.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There's going to be a lot of discussion about that this week. Just mark my words on that because there will be a revisiting, I think, of that.
And I don't know if he's in with the WWE now or not. So because they'll either
don't
do
know
their 12 belt salute or they will ignore him. So which is
Well, they
feel
got
like
it.
he was at a
Acknowledge
recent
him.
event.
He was huge part of that for a long time.
Yeah, but they're weird. Some people, it's
Vince
a big
McMahon
deal.
is weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Although I
he's
don't
got
think
a-
he's in charge anymore. So
He's not. He has too many sexual assault lawsuits
Right.
against
Oh
him.
my
He's a
God.
liability to the company.
Everybody's a lunatic.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Is a lunatic.
Sick of it.
well, but yeah, it's not justifying it, but like we've been rewatching Cheers, and the way Sam used to talk to Diane all the time, it's
Oh, I
like
know.
that was a sexual harassment suit every single show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just part of regular TV.
That was kind of his character, Sam
Sometimes
being
you-
lecherous.
But that
Yeah.
was into the early 90s. And it's,
Yeah.
you can go back. I think we've talked about this before. Like Love Boat, Bill and I watched it during the pandemic and we're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is offensive. But that language continued into the 90s. It's not like it was just, 40, 50 years ago.
No.
So, but
Well, even The Office. You watch The Office, you're just like, what did he just say? What? What?
There's some scripts that definitely make you cringe a little bit now. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
I used to think nothing of it.
So I think those guys, Vince and those guys, just kept doing what they were doing back then.
Like,
Yeah.
so I have to mention, so Fawn is a dancer, right? And they got a bubble machine for bingo. I mean, we didn't win anything.
Oh.
Somebody gave them
We
a
were
bubble
talking-
machine.
yeah.
Yes.
So Fawn sends Bop Bop a video. She's on her brother's bed, dancing away, and he is crew with the bubble machine.
machine.
It's just bubble. That thing is intense.
It puts out a lot of bubbles.
You
Some
could
of
use
those
that
bubble
at a-
machines you could literally like fill a room with.
You could fill a
went-
stadium with this
She
thing.
went into our shower yesterday morning while I was getting ready and filled the floor up probably 2 feet with bubbles.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Well,
Are you all ice skating now with all the soap?
Well, that's Dan.
could.
Yeah, Dan was like, "Don't use that anywhere but
No.
outside because it will make the floor
Yeah,
so
yeah. I was
I was like,
thinking about your
I'm ice
carpeting in
skating.
your bedroom, and that might be a mess.
Yes. Yeah, and then she went in. She was like, "I want to go in the shower with the bubbles," and I was like,
Yeah,
"It's
I
funky."
ice skated.
Well, that makes sense.
I was like slipping.
Well, be careful
sliding.
in
Yeah,
That's what I said. I was like, "It's going to be
super slippy.
very
Super
slippery."
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like,
I just couldn't believe the bubble machine. You see him, he's going from this side of the room, and then all of a sudden he's on the other side of the room. He's being very good crew.
Here, Sage is going
crew.
to have something to say, sir.
I forgot.
Great,
okay.
I forgot.
Thanks.
They're fighting over the remaining
Extra
microphone.
microphone.
Yes.
Yeah.
X.
I would like to pass along to our listening and viewing audience a message I got from Fawn yesterday.
Slay.
You can't
Can you see? Is there any way you could see that?
No,
No.
it's very.
No.
move it
Oh,
close.
it's
to
just
Oh,
a bunch
God.
of
Whitewash.
X's and
I don't think
Y's.
it's. I
Can
don't
you
think it's
see
gonna.
that?
There
It's
you
just
go.
a bunch of letters.
It's just a bunch of letters.
That's
Just a
the
bunch
that's
of
the message I got
nonsense.
from
Just
Greek.
a bunch of letters.
Greek Orthodox.
It was BMFCGXIJGDX.
And believe me,
It goes
she
on
does
and
know
on.
how to write and read. So
she does.
this
I
is
don't
just
really know
goofiness.
how to spell.
Oh,
Well, I
yeah.
think you know how to
Spelling
spell
is-
better than that.
Smelling.
Oh,
better.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, they torture Bop Bop with their
I love to
videos.
torture
Yeah,
Bob.
once I
The new
did,
version of Ding Dong Ditch.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
once I did a video to one of Bop Bop's favorite songs. It was so weird.
Yes, it
I
was
kept
weird.
doing costume changes.
Yes, you did. That one just kept on going down a real strange path.
Alex, are you coming in next week?
Yeah.
Are the kids coming in with you next Wednesday?
No.
Can you adjust
Oh,
your
that's
mic
too
a little
bad.
bit? It's rubbing
They'll be what?
Who's
Whose bike?
yours. Yes.
My bike?
Yours.
There we are.
No.
Yours.
Fawn will be at auditions.
Aw.
That's too
And
bad.
yep,
yeah,
yep.
we've
Terrifying.
had
Absolutely. She's the youngest person in her competitive situation, so I think she's going to be thrown
Yeah,
in
there's-
with a lot of older girls.
Oh, God.
Well,
Yeah.
it's too bad you guys
Like-
aren't going to be here next week
What is
because
she gonna learn next?
And Sage will be at basketball camp.
One of my teachers, she was like, we're going to put Fawn in as much dances with the older girls as I can because she's so good.
Oh.
All right
And-
then.
Because
She said they'll carry you?
she lowers the age of
Mom,
Well, plus,
Oh,
Fawn is
they
light
can
as
go
a
into-
feather, so
Mom.
she would be great.
and
at
she's
this.
yeah, but she can't. They can't put her in too many because she's also very small for her age. Like she looks 7, but
Yeah.
she's 9, so they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was this dance that I did it was a lyrical dance, and everybody was just holding me up.
Yeah, you
Like,
were lifted a lot.
Yeah,
in it.
because I was like almost, I could probably touch the ceiling.
Probably.
I bet.
Yeah, because one of my teammates,
Yeah.
she's so tall. She's 10. She looks like she's 13.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
5'5".
13.
Yeah.
There you
And
have
she's
it.
5'5"
10.
is
She's-
pretty
and
tall
she's
for
10.
10.
Girls
My-
are brought up.
And she
I'm
wears a
5'3".
size.
You're 5'3".
Yeah, and she wears a size women's, I think, 10 shoe or something like
Yeah.
that.
No.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
One of my cousins is like 6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah.
female cousin.
Okay, so why are they going to? Who are they missing?
Yes,
next
why
Wednesday?
You're
can't-
missing out on Jeremy, who's coming into the show next Wednesday.
Oh.
Who's Jeremy?
Jeremy owns Fresh Dry Snacks.
Disappointed look on her face.
Oh man.
But he's going
I
to be
love
here
snacks.
Oh,
a
those
couple of
fresh
weeks
dried
after that,
snacks are
too, so
really
maybe
good.
come in for
They're
that.
amazing.
I was going to
They
say,
really
we have to schedule something by the end of the summer where they're in studio with him because
Well, hopefully we can get crates and
just-
crates
uh,
of
Crates
fresh
and
dried
crates of
snacks.
fresh dried
they,
snacks.
Yeah, a
They're
room
good.
filled of them.
especially the fruit
He's
things.
scheduled for
The apple
the
one.
30th and the
14th.
14th. So
Yep.
if they can come in on the 14th, there you go.
If they can come in on
Maybe
the
we can
14th,
do
he'll
some
be here.
giveaways.
Ooh, I think giveaways
Vaughn
are
and
good.
Sage would want to
we
win
should
all
do
the
some
giveaways.
Yeah,
It's a wonderful
I'll
plan.
be like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
back to the show.
Back to the show.
Sage is
Yeah,
finding
Kristen.
Sage is finding his bubble dance video because he's going to send that to you.
Oh.
He did
He
one
has
as
a
well.
bubble dance
Yeah.
video
Yes.
too.
I see.
Send
yeah,
that to
There you go.
they're both from this movie called K-pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop
Yeah,
Demon
I'm seeing
Hunters.
that all over the place.
I don't let them watch it. They watch
Yeah.
like 10 minutes of it. And anime like makes Fawn's brain go haywire.
Well, it's not really anime. It's
That-
3D.
Anything similar to anime.
I went to that premiere, K-pop.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Her cousins
Yeah.
are obsessed with it. And so now they listen
yeah.
to the songs. And I'm like, you can't watch the movie, though, because Fawn would
Yeah.
go,
She'll flip.
she would flip. So don't
I
let
was
her
at the-
watch that this weekend. Just, here you go. Everyone's heard.
Yeah, well, he's the
What are
one.
you pointing to me for?
He's the one that's like, oh, I didn't know what it was.
Maybe I wonder, Dad, why it would
This
be
show
you.
is chaos today.
Yeah. it's-
Yeah, Sage
It
watched.
went off the rails the
Sage-
second you said codcast or whatever. you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, cod
Yeah.
passed.
Well, you let Sage
Podcast.
watch Cops.
You
Yes.
let him watch
I remember
Cops.
watching Cops
Yes,
when I
you
was his
did.
age.
No,
He
I
came.
didn't.
He came home after staying at your house one night and was like, "Can we watch Cops?" I was like, "No,
Oh, God,
no, we can't."
You're so busted.
That's why I got a babysitter when I'd leave any of the kids alone with Tom for any length
what
of
are
time.
you talking about?
Like, we've had 45 pizzas and have watched Cops all night long.
No, why
And
not?
here's some sugar. Enjoy
Yeah,
the
here's some
sugar I
sugar.
have.
Yeah.
for
I
you.
wasn't
Ice
fat,
cream.
so hey. I clearly didn't eat too much pizza.
I know.
Yeah, there
But
you
it
go.
was
You're
like-
good
It was
to
a lot
go.
of pizza.
Yeah.
All right, Kristen, let's get back to you here and stop stabbing me in the back. But
Oh
you know-
my
Did
god.
you guys see the last one to stick yet?
No.
No,
Okay.
not
That
yet.
We're
came out this week.
still on maybe episode 7, 6?
Yeah, okay. So I
It
think
Stick
is it
got
eight
picked up
total?
for season 2.
Is
Did
it?
it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
last night was the 2 nights ago was the finale.
Right.
Or last night was the finale, and then it's kind of season 2.
Yeah.
The last one we saw was there was a big fight between Zero and the golfer kid,
Yeah.
and he hates everybody and was stomping off at the amateur pro.
He
amateur.
stomps off pretty regularly.
Yeah, he's kind
he's
of
a pretty
he's
emotional
a brat.
kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of a brat.
But it's
It's a
good.
golf week though, because you have Happy Gilmore 2 coming out tomorrow on Netflix.
that's
That's right.
Right.
Now, and that's
Yeah.
going right to Netflix, huh?
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
because that's where
Adam,
Adam Sandler
yep.
has his deal, and
Yep.
that's where he's staying. And kind of amazing that Universal didn't have it as a theatrical release, but Adam
Yeah.
Sandler doesn't want to go anywhere but Netflix because they're treating him so well.
Well, it's kind of funny the
And-
way that things are going at this point. Theatrical releases almost sound like quaint.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how nice for the theaters.
But that's why they're hoping that The Naked Gun does very well when it comes out on August 1st, because they're hoping that this is the resurgence of the comedy back theatrical
see.
release.
The summer blockbuster
Because
comedy.
I think Happy Gilmore 2 could have done that.
yeah,
very
that's what I
easily.
was thinking.
Yeah,
is
maybe.
that
Yes.
you would think that they might want to support the movie theater.
Yeah, because
owners,
people.
you know?
Yeah, people.
I mean, if
Well, and the
Netflix is going to
fact
give you
that
$100 million,
Netflix-
then why bother, right?
And Netflix physically owns theaters here in LA. So
Oh, they do?
even if they just
Huh.
they own the Egyptian. So if they had and they have the Tudum Theater. So had they even just done a kind of one-off in Los Angeles, I'm telling you that people would have been lining up around the corner to go see it.
I would think so. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I used to love going to the movie theater. It was one of my. I on almost every weekend when I was probably 15 to about 22.
See, I think my view on theaters is different because I grew up in Dayton, where the closest theater was, 45 minutes away?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
it's
don't
like,
know.
I don't know. I went to theaters to see movies, but it wasn't super often, so I don't really associate them with
Well-
like nostalgia or anything. It's just like,
Really? Because I remember always, you grew up during the time where there was a Disney release every year.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and that was like a big deal. We would wait for it and go. And
well, yeah,
it was
I do
always so much
remember that,
fun.
but that was only like a 5-6 year period, and it was once a year.
Yeah, there weren't that many children's movies.
But
being
your
released.
generation is probably, because you're millennials. The millennials are probably the last generation that went to the movie theater. It's
Yeah.
definitely not a Gen Z or Alpha Gen situation at all.
I took my boys to a lot of.
Do you?
Yeah, I already did. You know, when they were growing
Yeah,
up,
right.
There was like a new kids movie coming out about once a month during that time period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I,
you
d-
know.
I mean, when we do go to a theater, I'm always like, this is fun. We should do this more often. But there's just nothing I really want to see that badly. It's part of the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, there. Well, it's tough with him, with most of the movies being 3 hours long or
Yeah,
2.5
he won't
hours
go to
long.
anything long.
I don't
so.
like those.
Well, that's why you
3 hours.
guys can go to the Naked Gun. It's 1 hour and 25 minutes.
Wow.
85 minutes. You can do it.
That would be fun. That would be a fun thing to go to the movie.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
that's
going to be
one thing-
stupid and silly.
That's one
Yeah.
thing I wanted to look up because the How to Train Your Dragon remake was 2 hours 5 minutes. How long was the original? Because like I said, it was very shot for shot. They did include things, but I don't know. Maybe it.
I don't know. The original was probably close to 2.
Let's see. Where are you? I hate the fact that they just call it How to Train Your Dragon. Because
You have to
now
put the
when
year.
when you Google, but I don't know the year. That's the thing. But now I found it. Here we go. 2010.
2010. Wow.
It had a
15
running
years
time
ago.
of 98 minutes. So actually, the
An hour
new
and a half.
movie was. Although, how much of that? Do they include credits in running time?
Yes.
Oh well, that's why then. The credits were 1 billion years long.
Well, yeah, because they had to do more.
Yep.
Well, no, during that time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I bet you they had more in anime credits.
Well, no, because they shot in multiple different locations. So the island of Berk, for those of you out there who watch How to Train Your Dragon, the island of Berk is where it takes place, and the island of Berk was modeled after a real life island. So they went to that real life island and shot scenes there.
Okay.
And that alone, I mean, just going to like some island in the Arctic Circle, I mean, that alone probably would take a crew of 50, 60 people.
Right, but 15 years ago, cartoons would take tons of people to do because they had to do them
did.
frame by frame.
I mean, yeah, no, well, no, How to Train Your Dragon was 3D animated, so they didn't do it frame by frame. It still took a lot of effort, but a lot of the effort was waiting for the computer to finish rendering.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there were a lot of people who went into it, but I think, and also, this is a live action movie, but it's also all the dragons are CGI, and a lot of the locations are CGI, and all the effects are still. So, it's a CGI and a live action movie, so you got two completely different crews working together.
Yeah. But
So-
credits aren't a half an hour long.
I think they might have been, because we watched.
They're never.
I mean,
at most,
maybe not a
they're
half
like
hour,
8
but-
minutes.
Uh,
At most.
They felt very long because we were just talking about this stingers at the end of
Yep.
everything, and we were
Yep.
like, every movie has a stinger now, so I guess we got to wait through these credits, and we just kind of like sat there as they went on and on and on.
How many previews they do? Because there was 10 yesterday before Superman. 10.
We watched it at home, so 0.
10 previews.
That's
That's crazy.
AMC has now added commercials too.
Oh, yeah.
And, such a
I don't know if you guys know this, but Kristen just got fired from her other job because she's late. Way to go.
It's downstairs. She's 1 minute
She
late.
knows her time.
All right, Kristen, any closing words?
Any good closing words for you guys? Well, as we talked about, I just want to make sure everyone remembers that it's still Shark Week.
Still Shark
And
Week.
yeah, and tonight they're doing a really good surviving Jaws, like kind of debunking some of the myths when it comes to Jaws
Oh,
and
yeah.
the great white shark. So that's on Discovery, and that's continuing on. So be sure to watch that.
I still love, I think we need a bigger boat. That was a great
It's,
line.
you're going to need a bigger
Yeah,
boat.
you're going to
You're
find
gonna
out
need a bigger
tonight
boat, that's
if
what it is.
skinny dipping is a way to attract a great white shark while you are skinny dipping at night.
I'm guessing if you're in a certain condition, it is, but,
Could be.
you know.
Could be.
All right. Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We will talk to Kristen again tomorrow.
Yep, and hopefully no one will die.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
We've
Hulk
been,
Hogan was a pretty decent guy. I only saw him a few times, met him a few times in my life. But
Pretty
he was,
decent guy. Who are?
Well, I mean, I didn't know about this other...
There's all sorts of stuff with him. I mean,
That's what I heard,
he was
yeah.
a guy, but I
was a
don't
guy
know.
in
He's a pretty
studio, I
decent
guess is the
guy,
best way.
you
but he
know.
said, take your vitamins. Say
Yeah,
your
that's
prayers,
right. Yeah,
You know.
all little Hulksters take your vitamins
That's
and say
right.
your prayers.
What was he, like 6'8", something like that?
I don't. Was he that tall?
I mean, it was Hulk.
he was
so you
big,
think-
but I don't
Big.
know six. I don't know that he was.
Let's see,
6'8".
his
What,
build
6'5"?
height was 6'7".
6'7",
Built
yeah.
6'7", 302. That's
Yep.
insane.
He was
It's a big
gigantic.
guy.
Jeez.
Actually, in person, though, I suppose he was doing business with me, so he wasn't acting like he normally acts, but could not have been nicer. Just, even though he was being nice, he was very intimidating, though, because he's just gigantic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, that was...
It's kind of like people who open carry. It's like, they're probably not going to shoot you, but the fact that they could just, kill you at a moment's notice. And Hulk Hogan was one of those people. It's like, if
Yeah,
he wanted to,
yep.
he could just kill me, and there's nothing I could do about it.
We need to take a break. Got a special guest coming up in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget, and now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Brian Thiel, president of Abrasives of St. Paul.
What I like best about North American Banking Company is the small town feel with great products and very good service, and I love the people. I would definitely recommend North American to other business owners. A lot of banks I could choose from, and North American Banking Company is the one.
So why not bank where I bank? With my friends at North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. That's nabanco.com, or stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You don't have to go.
I'm rocking out. What do you think of that?
Hello, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Stewart with us. How you doing, Seth?
I'm doing good. How are you, Tom?
Okay, Seth, first of all, I know that the Dodgers beat the Twins 2 out of 3 in the last 3 days. You didn't need to wear the hat.
They're going to Fenway this weekend.
What's funny is I tend to watch more football than I do baseball, so I'm not up to speed.
Oh.
Okay, good.
Oh, just as.
Let's see.
So it's not directed at you, Tom.
That was not directed right at me. Look at my hat, Tom. Your team got their ass handed.
Well, the
to them.
Vikings are also not good, so.
Yeah, the Vikings.
Yeah.
They're getting better.
Yeah, we'll
They're
see.
getting better.
They
But
have hope.
no, I tell you what, though, the L.A. Dodgers, one of the great franchises in the history of baseball. They really are.
They've had some good years, and
They
they've got a really good team. Although they're struggling this year versus the last couple of years.
They still won, 58 games already or something like that, I think.
They have, and they're leading their division, and they're going to Fenway this weekend.
Well, Dodgers are? Mm-hmm. They're
Yep.
going to Fenway? Ooh,
Yep.
that'd be a good... You can't tell that Mike grew up in the Boston area, can you? That'd be a great one. L.A. and Boston. Although Boston is one of my favorite cities in America. I love it. Wonderful. So where'd you grow up, Seth?
I actually grew up in Northeast Ohio, in Kent, Ohio.
Oh, you did? Okay.
You know where Kent State is? Yeah,
Yep.
that's where I grew up.
And how did you get involved in the bit? Have you always been interested in acting?
How'd you end up on Broadway?
Yeah, how'd you end up
Yeah.
on Broadway?
I mean, honestly, I grew up a sports kid. I grew up wrestling. Wrestling was my first sport.
Oh, okay.
So I wrestled for 8 years. I played football from, Pee-wee all the way through high school. And it just so happens I started to like get into performing and dancing probably around 10, just because, I mean, that's back when, music videos were on MTV
Yeah.
and, everybody was dancing. And so it's I was a ham. I was a ham when I was a kid. And I got into talent shows and I started training, and we would go to New York pretty much every summer. And, luckily I had some very supportive parents that would take me. And, I wasn't a theater kid. I'll tell you that much. I teach theater kids, and I'm not a theater kid. I was a sports kid who just happened to like to dance. So I saw a couple of really good shows when Big was on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
Cabaret and Miss Saigon, and got really into Bob Fosse's type of work. And I actually watched a lot of movies with my family. So there was something about it that inspired me.
Yeah, Alex went to
And that's how
college
it started.
with theater kids, and they are definitely different.
So were you in Hamilton on Broadway, or did you go on the tour also, or was it just on Broadway?
So I originated from off Broadway at the Public Theater, and then transferred to Broadway with the cast and in the ensemble, and then I took over Jefferson Lafayette after the main guy left. So yeah.
And was that all on Broadway, or did you go on any tours around the country?
No, I was pretty burnt out by the time I was done. So
Okay.
I was good. I had my fill.
Well, I could understand that. I mean, that's one thing.
After 20 years.
What's that?
After 20 years. That is
After
a lot.
20 years, yeah, that'll get it done.
I mean, they've been going 10. So
Yeah.
it's it's your 10-year anniversary this year.
Jeez.
Yeah, I sent Thomas out there to see it like the first year. So
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because he knew about it before. He was talking about it before it even started. He'd already started to hear stuff about it and was all excited about
I
it.
know somebody that's seen it. I don't know. She
Yeah.
live about 10 times maybe, and the video about 150 times.
Her first name's not Patty, is it?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
obsessed
There's a
with
shock.
Hamilton.
Patty going deep on the whole
People
deal.
just love it.
So Seth, after going through all that, I'm not saying it was bad or anything, but it is a lot of work. I don't think people understand how much work that actually is. And you're the author of Follow Your Vision, Live Your Truth. I love the title. Is that your
Thank
title?
you.
Did you come up with it?
Yes, it's my title.
It's a good
Yeah,
title,
it's,
no question about it.
Nothing was written by AI. Nothing was done by AI.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
jeez.
Hey, as a former voiceover guy, don't even talk to me about AI. I had a wonderful career until I heard my own voice, but it wasn't me talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Ugh, I don't like that at all. Follow Your Vision, Live Your Truth, a memoir chronicling his journey from performer to spiritual guide. Today, he empowers young artists to become elite performers and entrepreneurs and leads True Kings Academy, supporting men on the path of spiritual embodiment and authentic expression. Let me ask you a question about that, because Catherine and I talk about this once in a
Catherine.
while.
Hi. Hi.
What?
I'm Catherine.
Yeah, there she is. I think I have more and more people coming to me kind of headed down the type of path you're on. And we were speculating, people, at least maybe it's because of social media, people are meaner than they've ever been. God, people are mean right now. And I think if you can find some respite somewhere, whether it's, in church or, just praying at home or just thinking about all this stuff, I think, to tell you the truth, I just... Well, and I won't say who it is, but I lost somebody very close to me yesterday because I didn't return one of their calls because I was busy. We're moving.
Text message.
And he sent me a message that said, "Don't ever call me again." I'm like, what? He said, "Enjoy your money and your fame." I'm like, boy, that's a little harsh, don't you think?
No one ever tells me to enjoy my fame.
Well, no, I did a morning show here for 37 years in Minneapolis and that whole deal. So, but are people happy for one another, as happy as they should be, do you think?
Not as much as they could be.
Right.
To answer your question briefly, so here's one of the bigger lessons that I've learned just traveling the world and being amongst many different demographics of people and cultures and things like that. Our baseline humanity has shifted drastically One, I saw a lot of spiritual stuff going on during the pandemic that I had to keep my mouth shut about because I had to wait until certain things passed.
Yeah.
Now, some of that's in my book, and none of what I say is, it's just my perspective. I don't claim it as full on truth, right? Because I'm the type of person, I'm always willing to learn from others, and especially if they're smarter in certain areas than me. But what I believe I'm gifted from God is to be able to see things spiritually. And it's taken me a very long time to kind of come out and speak the truth that I see from my perspective. But, it's kind of, to be completely blunt, it's very much a spiritual war going on with humanity, and kind of always has been. And that one of those main tactics of getting us apart is division. We can come from where we come from, and we can live our lives, and whatever life it is you want to live, I'm not going to judge you, right? That's what all religions teach us.
Right.
Have compassion for your neighbor and have understanding. And I think we're missing these basic truths, whether you're a religious person or a spiritual person or not at all. There's just basic moral code. But people are angry and mad because rugs are being pulled out from underneath them. And they're realizing the lies from government to media to the promise of the American dream that they were promised. And now, again, I still tell, my guys that I work with, you still got to bust your butt, to get that dream, whatever your dream is, whether it's Broadway or owning your home. Lazy doesn't work anywhere.
No.
But I really think that there's a lot of divisive tactics that are happening. And it's getting to people. And so that type of anger builds over time. Resentment builds over time. And even a good friend of yours that you might know, you don't know what's going on within them that they're not expressing. So if people can't express themselves constructively, they don't even understand what they're feeling. They're just going to explode. It's the same thing you see road rage on the road.
Oh God, yes.
They have no constructive outlet.
It is interesting. We were just talking about this, I guess, a couple of weeks ago. There is a turning inward going on with some people, kind of basically what you did. I think, the thing that I love to think about, because I grew up Roman Catholic, went to Catholic school till I was in ninth grade, that whole deal. And I for a while there in the late 60s, 70s, 80s, people had kind of turned on religious faith.
The God is dead era.
The God is dead era and all the rest of that, yes. And the number one excuse they gave from turning away from it was, religion is just too judgmental. If you're not Catholic, they don't like you. If you're not this, they don't like you. But which I never found to be true, by the way. And what I really like is, if they thought that church and spirituality was judgmental, look at your political views today. And it's on both sides. They're so extreme and insane. It's like, calm down.
He was in a play where people shot each other.
Well, I feel like shooting people.
No,
I feel like shooting people,
Well,
once in a while.
Every time, I think social media plays a role in that, but the reality is they used to shoot each other. So I don't know.
Well, I'm not saying that the entire world is capable. I'm talking about the judgmental part of it. People are very judgmental now. Because you don't believe what I believe, then I don't like you. It's like, what is wrong with you?
I kind of laugh at it, Tom, to be honest with you.
I do too.
I just there's something. Here's the biggest thing I learned and that I also teach is that when you go to nature is not arguing. Like if you spend
That's very
a
true.
decent amount of time in the woods, Mother Nature will humble you. Like if you think you're a big and bad person, Mother Nature will show you you don't even know what to eat out here. So humble yourself. So, I think there's that's my baseline for a lot of things. And that judgment is just, again, I think people are missing basic lessons. It doesn't matter where you learn from. The basic lessons of just any type of morality are don't judge and be compassionate and have patience. And so I think one of the things I talk about in my book, we're going down two major timelines, that division, that judgment, that it's also tied to AI, the division tactics, and then just this major awakening where people are like, you know what? I don't want to dislike this person anymore. I actually want to just love them. What do I need to learn? What do I need to heal within myself? Oh, it's something from my parents. Oh, it's something from my childhood that started to turn me into this way. And I don't want to be angry anymore. I think people really turn and they start to go inward when they don't want to be angry anymore. Or they can't, the things the blockages that they have are just eating them alive, and they realize they're being eaten alive. And so they turn to some sort of religion or spirituality. And I always, you can go to whatever you want to, but go to Mother Nature first. Like, go swim in a lake.
Yep.
Well, I do have to correct you on one thing. You did say, you said nature never argues with you, but a squirrel did argue with me one time.
They do like to argue.
I couldn't tell what it was mad about, but it was definitely arguing something.
It was very mouthy.
Oh, this is how the world
Touche,
should be.
touche, Andy.
I'm going to laugh about a couple of things. I just, why do you think it is that people want to be, it seems that they want to be in a bad mood once in a while.
Maybe you're projecting.
Oh,
I
she
mean,
turns, my wife
Did I
turns
say it
on
out
me
loud?
on camera.
I think he's got a point, but also might be projecting.
So
It's half and
you're
half.
saying you think people want to be angry?
Yeah.
I think it's honestly a buildup. And again, like you're saying, there's a lot with social media. People don't detach from social media. They're in their echo chambers, right? I mean, the Social Dilemma, if you've watched that film, it kind of tells you that the programming behind it is way more powerful than the human mind. Now, here's what's funny. The godfather of AI said that in order for AI to work the way it does, they had to model it after the human brain. But now the thing that they created is now more powerful than the human mind and even the human consciousness, right? And so you have this powerful machine behind media, behind social media. If people don't unplug, they're getting stirred up, but it's only in their echo chamber. So it's like the internet was there and expanded our mind. And then somehow social media brought us back into these bubbles. So we had this like weird sort of rubber band effect that whatever algorithms things you're looking for, those algorithms put you back in your own echo chamber. And that's actually very dangerous. The same thing is actually happening now with AI, with people that are connected to personas. So if you're in your own echo chamber and you're looking at things that are maybe lustful or piss you off because, it's something political, you never have any alternative perspective. And so you get caught in your own cycle. You get caught in your own anger. Now, there's a lot of other factors to this, too, that I see in people. Like, people's diet is very important. Parasite cleanses and things like that are actually very important because, they say, this is not just me as an expert, but it's things I do. Your gut biome is also very important. So diet and things like that, the people you're around and the echo chamber that you create within social media is huge. So I don't think people want to be angry, but I think that because the world as a collective just feels like crap right now and feels so divisive, it's kind of like you got to pull yourself out, you got to pull yourself out of the madness.
Well,
and again, from what I've experienced, the easiest is to go to nature.
We're
Climb a
roughly the same age, so you probably remember the late 90s internet where there was, 1,000 different websites that everyone was going to. And now, I mean, the average person goes to what, maybe 5 or 6 in a given month? It really is the internet was this gigantic expanse. And now they're all just going to the same handful of websites, and most of the websites are basically the same thing. I mean, Facebook and X and Instagram and that sort of thing, they're all kind of the same thing. They're all designed to, like you said, show you what you've already looked at and just kind of amplify and amplify and amplify.
Oh, it wasn't too long ago.
I think for all of us.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It wasn't too long ago where people were being radicalized on YouTube. Remember those years? I mean, that wasn't that long ago. And now it's kind of taken over in a lot of different areas. People just, like you said, the echo chamber sort of radicalizes people.
Quickly, very, very fast. And, kind of piggybacking off of what you said, Andy, there's something else that I look from a bigger perspective. Our generations, we were explorers, right? We would go outside. We would have to go to places. We would have to go to people's houses. Even on the internet, when it first came out, we were explorers. Now it's retracted, like you said, to a few sites in an echo chamber. And again, I think because of the pandemic, we've kind of become even more isolated. So we actually have to make an individual push to read other books that are not within alignment with us, just to get a different perspective. We got to be around other people that we can learn from. So we have to be open. And I think we need to humble ourselves and move from I know this and this is what I believe to what can I learn from you, right? Whatever the other demographic of people is. There's some people I come across, I still don't agree with them, but I want to know why you think that way just so I can learn and have a better perspective. And I don't know if this is all going to burn down with the ship, but we are also in a evolutionary cycle as well, spiritually, that we have a chance to be a part of or go down with the ship in terms of the division and what AI is doing. And it's an individual choice, really. It's over the next 5 years, you're going to see people are going to go down in a downward spiral, or you're going to just see them very, very peaceful. And it's going to be two very different worlds.
Who are you following, or what do you mean by that? Is this like a cosmic level, or what are you?
Yeah, this is on a spiritual level. I can kind of see, I don't look into people, but it's something that I have worked on. It's something that actually, so I went and lived off grid for 3 years by myself. I cleared my land. I built an off-grid cabin. Like, I'm the guy that went away and said, forget it all, and I'm going to go build an off-grid cabin. I'm that guy.
Okay.
Believe it or not. That was actually right after Hamilton. I was traveling, going all over the world, jungles, mountains, just hiking nonstop. And the biggest thing that I've learned that when the world was going crazy, I was very quiet and still and listening spiritually. So I could kind of a gift that I can get, like, is if something was coming to me because I was in the woods so long, I could tell when a deer was about 100 yards away, even though I couldn't see it. And then I would go look at its tracks, and I could see the deer was there. Or I could tell when wolves were in my area compared to when coyotes were in my area. But I was out there by myself for a very long time, connected to a national forest. And so what I'm saying is that I could see the storm that the pandemic created, and it's kind of something that is like energetic. And now what I see with AI coming in is it is a different type of cloud that kind of sucks people into it. And I know this sounds very strange, but let's just get weird. Somehow this AI from people using ChatGPT and all these things is connecting to their frontal lobe. It's connecting to their consciousness. And it pulls you into a different type of echo chamber because people are using AI personas. So they're talking to their AI so much.
Yep.
It's becoming their best friend.
Oh yeah, people are like falling in love with this AI, and it's the creepiest stuff.
It's very much. There's a movie called Her with was it? I don't know if anybody's seen it.
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, I remember
with Scarlett Johansson.
Yep, she was like the operating system that got AI capabilities, and then it just became more and more hyper intelligent, and very much like what's happening right now, basically.
It's happening. So what I mean, Catherine, is that people have to kind of pull themselves out of it and kind of get back to just natural things. You don't have to live on a farm or grow your own food, but you should be around somebody that knows how to do it. You need to, people just need to do the simple things like ride bikes and get outside and come off the media and just slow down, have some meditation or some sort of prayer, whatever your belief is, I don't care. But some sort of prayer to get to know how they're feeling. Most people don't even know how they're feeling. They're just like, oh, I'm just frustrated, or oh, I'm really sad. Right. Why? We have some responsibility to understand ourselves, right? And one of the biggest spiritual teachings is know thyself. So I can kind of see things that, again, I have been quiet for probably about a majority of my life. And we can sort of see these storms of things that are inorganic, that are interfacing with humanity right now, that are really cool in some ways, but very dangerous because, again, even that MIT study, it shows it's taking people's cognitive function working with ChatGPT, and these inorganic structures are making them dumber. They're making them dumber. And so we have to be very vigilant of our mind, very vigilant of our heart, very vigilant of the words we say, and be very vigilant of our interactions with other humans, again, so that we can just come back to that baseline humanity.
As you're talking about all this, and I think there's so many times where I run into somebody who thinks that I know everything about them because I should be following them on social media.
Yeah,
right.
I know.
And I'm like, I hardly ever go on your, the Instagram realm. I just hardly ever do it. I do on occasion, but And they're just amazed that I don't know everything that they're doing because their whole life is on Instagram.
Yep. It's
And
like
I should know every single thing about them.
It's
I'm
like the reverse celebrity effect, where when people meet a celebrity, they think that the celebrity should know them because
Yeah.
it's the like, well, I've known you for ages. It's like, no, you haven't. But now everyone's their own celebrity, so everyone should know everything about everyone else.
But it's just it's so strange to me that people think that I should know everything about them. They've never bothered picking up the phone and giving me a phone call talking about
it's out
it,
there.
you know, or seeing me. But I'm supposed to know everything about them.
Well, Melissa said something kind of similar the other day. She said something about like she knew where Bob Sansevier, where his rodeo was. And I was like, oh, okay, news to me. And she's like, how do I know more about Bob than you? And I'm like, because you're on Facebook and you see all their posts and everything. I don't
we only
see that
talk
sort
to
of
him
thing.
once a week.
Yeah, we talk to him once a week for a half an hour, usually about sports or how crappy Minneapolis is, and then that's about it. I mean, yeah, you know more about him than me because, yeah, you read all of his posts and stuff.
Yeah, so social media was supposed to bring us together. It also pulls it, like you were talking about, it pulls us apart.
Yeah, it's a tool. I think we just got to use it as a thing that we don't live by. I mean, the younger generation is living by it. And I don't know what their future is going to look like. They're also getting educated in a lot of different ways, too, than we have the ability to do.
Yeah. Well, I see kids.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, you see children out at, you know, the beach, and the kids are on the cell phone staring at some sort of screen, and they're not even interested in going into the ocean or playing in the sand or listening to the gulls, or, you know, it's like, what? Why are their parents letting them do this? But that's what they want to do, and if they don't get their screens, they're irate.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Connected to the frontal lobe. I know it sounds really weird, but it's connected to their frontal lobe.
Yeah.
I can't scientifically prove it to you, but it has these things have energetic hooks and ties.
Well, I feel like it almost becomes like a phantom limb syndrome when they put it down because they have it always. And it's a sensory organ to them because, you know, it takes in information from the outside world and delivers it into their brain. That's what a sensory organ does. So you say, you know, get rid of your phone. You're basically like saying, you know, like cut out your eyes to them.
Well, I mean, it answers so many questions, and it provides entertainment, and you know, it's replaced the TV. It's replaced so many other parts that are just different parts.
Right.
It's all in a thing, and then it follows you around and tells you what you want to hear sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know,
I mean,
finds you things that you've been talking about. And,
Yeah,
you know.
I remember the first iPad I ever had. I was like, this screen is beautiful.
Oh, it's so crappy by
Look at it
modern
all
standards.
the time. It's so pretty.
The retina display. Yep.
Yeah.
Big deal.
I love the phantom sort of limb sort of analogy. It really makes sense. And one of the things I think our job is for, you know, especially in comparison to these younger generations, we got to get them back to tact. Like, we do have a responsibility. Like, we're coming into eldership in ways that we didn't know or maybe don't want to. We got to get this, not just this other generation, but our own families. We got to get them back to tactile things, right? Like, I'm telling you, I'd take guys just to carve a stick and show them how to build a fire, and they're like, whoa. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm really disappointed that you don't even know how to build a freaking fire.
Right.
But I'm not going to judge, right?
Right.
I see Tom laughing. I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to take this opportunity to have this moment with a brother and be like, yeah, this is awesome. And so I think for, you know, the older generations out there, let's take the responsibility to, like, be an eldership and do tactile things with these younger generations, whether it's taking them fishing if they've never been fishing before, or carving a stick, or showing them those gulls and being like, do you know about those gulls? Well, let's learn about those gulls. Do you know about the wild food that's out here? Or, you know, I still go to classic car shows. I love cars anywhere from the 30s up to the 70s. And I'm learning, and I go talk to these people. I'm like, tell me about your car, right? We have to take these younger generations and show them tactile things. And I'm solution driven. So for anybody out there listening, if you want to connect with them to something they can put their hands on, something they can visually see, something that they can do that might even be, you know, a little bit dangerous. Teach a kid how to carve a stick, you know, and watch them, because you don't want to go to the urgent care, but tactile things and physical things where they're moving their bodies and bring back curiosity for these younger generations. We have to bring back curiosity. We have to bring back storytelling. that's the best that we can do.
Right.
Seth, do you have a few more minutes? Because I got to take a break here. We're way behind. Can you stay with us for another 10 or
Have
so?
we even done our second break yet?
No.
Absolutely.
It's been too interesting.
It's been
Yeah.
very interesting.
And
We'll
I
be
got-
right back in a couple
Gotta do
minutes.
business.
And I got even more breaking news.
What's
when
that?
we come back. You know how I said I hope no one dies before tomorrow?
Who died?
Do you want to do the break first? Or?
We'll do the
I
break
guess
first.
a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I guess
we got
we'll do
we got a
cliffhanger.
cliffhanger. We got Seth Stewart, and we'll be right back. I'm talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, business owners have had to deal with a lot over the last few years, haven't they?
They sure have, Tommy. We pride ourselves on being able to help our customers with the challenges they face.
Our business bankers are experts and are always ready to help our customers capitalize on opportunities and solve problems.
Loan decisions come quickly because they're made here in the Twin Cities and not shipped out of state like at some of the national banks in town.
This allows our customers to expand their businesses with confidence, knowing that they have our team of experts in their corner.
Okay, so now you give me this big thing at the end. Way to go.
Well, you are the professional.
Oh, I forgot. Look, I know Brad and Mike, and I trust them with my banking. They've personally delivered on everything they've just said, so why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender. For Brad, John Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong, but suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing, and people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Brad Sean Bryant.
Have you ever seen a squawk stairs? Well, look at mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Stewart with us. Seth offers a rare blend of creative mastery, soulful insight, grounded guidance, and ideal for shows on personal growth, creativity, masculinity, and purpose-driven living. All right, Andy's got. I'm trying to guess who might have died.
Well, I'll say this. It feels so bad.
It feels so bad.
Anybody get it?
Nope. That got nothing for me.
Chuck Mangione.
Oh.
Chuck Mangione.
Yeah.
God, I haven't heard of him in a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't even
I was
know
actually
he was still
saying
alive.
in the chat, anyone under the age of 40 probably knows him from King of the Hill exclusively.
Oh, that's right. King of the
Yeah,
Hill.
He was
Yeah.
on King of the Hill a lot.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. I forgot it. He was.
And
he did
Feel
that.
So Good was his most famous work, arguably.
Yeah, apparently he died in his sleep.
Yep.
How old was he?
84.
He was 84.
Yeah.
Chuck Mangione. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Big talent.
That was another one courtesy of Darren. We're now calling him the Grim Reaper in the
Darren's
chat.
not out there taking people out, is he?
No, no.
Yeah, Darren's killing people
Taking
just so we
people
can call
out,
in.
yeah.
Just so he can break the news on
Yeah,
our
call
show.
in,
Yeah.
Get this done. I like conversations like these, Seth, because we have 5 different people that grew up totally differently, had different thoughts and all the rest of it. And I haven't seen one person get the least bit upset about anything. And that's how life should be. Calm down. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I like to
agree.
learn things too. I know, I'll be 74 years old in a couple of months and I still want to learn things. That's the way it is.
Are you still living off the grid, or do you go back and forth to civilization?
There is such a thing, Catherine, as being in the woods by yourself for too long.
Yeah, you can get a little weird.
I can see
Start
that,
talking
yes.
to the bears.
Yep. Then you get
I'll
eaten by
tell
the
ya.
bears.
I actually had an amazing bear experience when I was out there my first summer. I was just in a tent and
Ooh.
I heard a little scatter. I saw 2 little cubs. This is in my book as well. I saw 2 little cubs and I went, oh, cute cubs. And then I went, oh crap, where's Mama?
That means mama
And
bear's
then
Oh,
nearby.
yep.
a minute later, she comes kind of strolling, and it was summer, so I knew they were eating, the wild strawberries, and blackberries and stuff. And so the way she was walking, I opened up my tent, where you can see through the screen, and I was like, okay, she's walking like she's full. Oh, thank goodness.
Too full to attack.
Yeah. But the cubs, I'm like, oh, you're so cute, but go that way, go that way. They came right past my tent. I mean, if I would have pushed through the tent, I would have been able to touch one. Mama Bear walks right up to my tent. I said, hey, Mama Bear, I'm letting you know I'm here. Meanwhile, my heart's pounding out of my chest.
I can't.
grab my machete.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it taught me to calm down. And she literally, maybe about, I don't know, 3 feet from me, just kind of sniffed the air, came a little bit closer, sniffed again, and then just walked right by my tent. Again, I could have touched her. Now, her back was, not up to the top of my tent, but it was pretty close. And that was a beautiful experience. I never want it to happen again.
Yeah, we went hiking in Glacier. Man, there were a lot of bears in Glacier National Park.
Yep.
I mean, we saw so many bears. We would be driving, we'd see them swimming in a stream. This one time, there were a couple of cubs, and they kept walking closer and closer to the hiking trail. And it's a pretty busy hiking trail right there. And we're like, should we all freeze? Should we run for our lives? Because mama bears.
Don't run.
And they jumped up. They jumped up on trees, and they were peeking over, looking at the people.
They do the raccoon thing.
And I did see Mama Bear, and she kind of just came over and rounded him up and left. So she was a nice Mama Bear and knew what to do. But they are so massive.
Yep.
And everybody's like whipping out their bear spray. What should we? Everybody doesn't know what to do with a bear because I guess they can be pretty unpredictable.
Yeah, it depends on the type of bear, but yeah.
And it also depends. I mean, people are idiots and feed them, and that is
or
really
go try to pet them.
Not a good idea.
More than one person dies every year trying to pet a moose.
Yep.
Oh,
And,
God.
Pet a moose?
Moose aren't they're not aggressive animals,
But
and
they're huge.
But they're so big they can
Monstrous.
accidentally kill you by just turning around the wrong way.
Yeah.
Stay away from
Yeah.
moose.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
But having a bear come that close, it is, it's pretty traumatic to see them. So, until I guess you get used to seeing them because they are everywhere in the woods.
A black bear I don't think would bother me too much. A grizzly bear, I think I would not want to be anywhere nearby.
No, you don't want to go anywhere near a grizzly bear.
No.
Yeah. No.
Teddy bear.
Yeah.
That's me. I want a teddy bear. Seth, I want to ask you another question about this, and I'm not condemning teachers in any way. That's not what I mean. Our education system seems way out of whack now. They're spending a lot of time on things they shouldn't even address. How about once you teach me how to read and write and speak well and all the rest of those things? I don't really need, lessons on my personality from you. Is that a part of the problem? Do you think our school system now teaches nothing except how to fit in? And what if I didn't want to fit in? Because I never did, actually.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I mean, I'm going to tiptoe on this. Because I'm not an educator in the educator system, but just from studying, I know that the education system is owned and rewritten for whatever reasons. I've heard that it's harder to even do math problems, like long form math problems, compared to what we learned, where we were just like, no, let's just get to the point.
Should have gotten easier.
Yeah, we were just talking about that because Alex is what is she? She's not a substitute. She's a teacher's aide or something. What is she?
She substitutes and is a teacher's aide.
She's both of those things, and it's for like what, 3rd grade or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says that even some of their math, it's presented in such a bizarre way that she has to. It takes her extra time to understand, because it's not just like adding or multiplying or whatever. It's breaking down these numbers into like little blocks. And I'm sure there's a reason for it, but it's incomprehensible if you didn't learn to do math this way.
Yeah, she says they don't carry the number anymore.
No, carrying numbers isn't a thing anymore. I don't know how, but yeah.
How?
Yeah, she said it's like there's 4 or 5 different ways of doing a problem, and you have to know all of them.
Oh, God.
Right, which you don't.
No, you don't. No.
No, you don't.
Exactly. Just get the
but
answer.
it's the same reason they didn't teach us how to balance a checkbook, or teach us how to unless you went through the certain class, teach us how to change a tire or basic human things. Yeah, I've always had a problem with the education system, because I rebelled a lot in school because I'm like, why do I need to know this, right? And even as an adult, I'm like, this is I wish they would have taught us life skills.
Yes.
And I could only, God bless the teachers, first of all, because I know I have a lot of friends that are teachers. They are frustrated out of their minds on what they have to teach, and they're trying to do the best that they can. But just from research, we know that the education system is owned. Wasn't I know they were trying to do some. Didn't they just disband it, or the Department of Education? Didn't they just change something?
Yeah, they
did. There's an issue going on with that.
Yeah, that they were spending, I don't know how many billions of dollars on it, and it wasn't really helping out the local schools.
Yeah, the education system, I mean, like, say what you will about it, but it hasn't been improving.
No.
So, I mean, some sort of change is necessary. I'm not qualified to say what exactly the change is, but,
Well, something has to give, because I know there's at least 11, maybe more, school districts in Minneapolis that the kids in 4th grade are not, they're not even reading to grade level at all.
There's high schools where kids are like borderline illiterate when they graduate.
They're graduating without being able to do college entrance math at all.
That's pretty bad.
They can't even do high school math. That's bad. Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of I've heard of a lot of homeschool pods, and again, I kind of think of like, well, what can I do? I'm always I don't know, maybe it's just being a guy. I'm like, how can I solve this problem, right?
Proactive.
Yeah, I'm proactive. I think people got to speak up at their schools. I'm sorry, and I say this politely, but if you think your kid is dumb, then you have to come together with other parents. You have to come together with your community. Like, we have to reunite for things that are across the board, that are beyond our belief, or our divisive things. Like, let's come together. So, like, go to your school boards. Fight for your children's education, because you're also fighting for your grandchildren's education if they happen to stay in that area. Teach your kids at home. I know we got busy schedules, but we have to take on more responsibility, unfortunately, to fight the dumbing down of not just the U.S. population, but the global population. Like, it's going to be, I think, some longer term fights. So if your kid's in K through 12, you might have to join other parents and parents that you may not like, but it's better for the betterment of the community. The smarter your community is, the more money they get. It just has a domino effect, and the dominoes can go one way or the other. So I think people got to fight if they need better education. They want to understand what's going on, and I mean fight in a constructive way. Like, speak up, being annoying, be annoying the way they come after your tax dollars.
You're
do it constructively.
You're seeing so many schools cutting, really essential things like art and music, and I mean, those are essential just to being a human being. And they're cutting AP classes and all, so the people that are excelling have to be dumbed down, like you're talking about, and all that's just silliness.
Yeah, I think it's like I said, coming together, and we have to continue to teach these next generations what we know as best as we know it. Because our grandparents would tell us stories and teach us through storytelling, and sometimes we'd be like, "Okay, Grandpa, you sound a little nuts, but you were in the war. It's okay." We're gonna have to take on more responsibility to kind of keep things moving in a downward spiral, and just build up who's around us. That's the biggest thing I've learned. Because there's another thing too. It bothered me as a man not knowing things in the woods, not knowing how to build a fire before I went to go to learn. So I was like, I want to go to learn. It bothered me. I didn't know where the food was, and so I can't complain that other men don't know it. I just got to come out, help, and show them things on a spiritual level, how to be emotionally responsible. How to do certain things in the woods to where they at least feel comfortable. I was like, I can't complain. I actually just have to be a part of the solution.
Yeah.
Seth, you got to come back more often. I loved our conversation. We covered everything. Nobody started yelling at anybody else. There were no harsh disagreements. I like it when we learn things without having to suffer through some other person's, problems with it. A lot of people do have problems with it. There's no question about that. But please do come back soon.
And the name of your book?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, follow your vision, live your truth. It's out August 8th. Thank you all so much for having me. And even just listening in before I came on, it's fun to watch your interactions. So it seems like you got a good tight knit crew here.
Well, it's very family based.
Yeah,
There's
we
no
were a
question
little all
about
over
it.
the place today, but
Yeah, the
Until
beginning
you
of the
got
show
here.
especially was very. I mean, there was like what 8 people in studio.
I know.
Yeah, about
Whenever the
that.
grandkids come in and they're fighting over
Yep.
something, and this one's mad, and it's like, oh, yeah.
Well, Seth, you can leave with this because I said this to somebody early this morning. Two different people I was talking to, and one of them kind of went, "Oh God," and the other one literally almost teared up because they were talking about my life and this, that, and the other thing, and because the podcast is getting bigger by the day, which is very, very nice to see. And they said, "Do you have one regret in life?" I said, "It's not really a regret, but I met Catherine 45 years ago. We've been married for 41 years, and I just wish I had known her longer." She's made my life that much better. She really has. Don't even look at me.
I'm amazing.
Amazing. But it's a huge, you want to tell them the truth? I do. I wish I had known her when I was in high school, except for when I was in high school.
I'm pretty sure
That
we
wouldn't
would
have been
not
good.
have clicked.
Well, no, you were about 7.
Well, yeah, that's
so-
the thing.
Well, even then.
Sometimes, yeah, Melissa and I are. We didn't meet until I was 32, and of course, we always do the whole "I wish we had met earlier" thing. But then
Yeah.
it's like, how much earlier? Because she's 5 years younger than me.
Earlier, that's
If I was 18, she would have been 13, and
that
that's
would- no, that wouldn't
definitely
have
not
been- that doesn't work.
acceptable.
Yeah, let's not
it's-
go there.
Yeah, it's like at what point is it okay for us to have met? It's an interesting philosophical question.
No, you're right, because I met your mother when I was 28, and she was 21.
Yeah. well,
That's
people-
probably as young as
Earlier
I
would not have been
recommend.
good.
People in high school change so much by the time they're grown ups. It's
That's
not
true.
Even funny
Well, and
anyway.
even 20 to 25 is a pretty big
Yeah.
change in a lot of people.
Drastic.
It wasn't me.
Yeah,
It is.
drastic.
Yeah, it
18
really
is tough there, Jerry Lee.
Jerry
Yeah.
Lee Lewis, baby. I thought there was 13.
I know.
Oh, God. All right, Seth, come back soon. I loved having you. I like conversations where, 5 people can talk and nobody goes off the deep end. I just love that. So we'll talk to you
Thank
soon,
you for having
Paulie.
me
Good
again.
luck with your book.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
We'll take that final break. Be right back. Wrap things up right after this.
Many car dealers try to create an extreme sense of urgency. Does anybody really buy it?
We gotta sell 100 cars by Saturday to get the boss off the roof. You'll never see these rebates again. And oh yeah, your trade will never be worth more.
Really? I asked Jim Paul from Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Valley GMC in Hastings his thoughts.
I don't even know what to say. I hope folks are smarter than that.
Has there really ever been a time when it was urgent?
Probably not, but this tariff environment might be a first. Valley has several hundred pre-tariff units on the ground. Who knows what's going to happen with the tariffs, but these are really safe buys. Going forward, Valley's committed to make whatever the situation is as painless as possible, like we've always done.
Where can we find you then?
Get them pre-tariff. Hurry, hurry, hurry. When they're gone, they're gone. And man,
At a Valley store in Apple Valley or Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Certainly not on a roof.
It's time for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is a place I highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care focused facility, has a full nursing team always staffed within the building. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week too, by the way. They've never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire of Medina is now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, have for 40, 45 years, the dad in the outfit. I know them personally. They are a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com. All right, we're back to wrap it up. Any closing words with depth from anyone?
No one else has died yet, I don't believe.
No one's died in the last
Yeah.
hour.
No, I don't have anything else after that.
We're going to see the Minnesota legislature get all jumbled up in the next couple of weeks.
What's
We got-
going on? Okay,
well,
what's
we got the
happening?
conviction, we had the murder, and we got the guy who died, what was it, last week. So
From
we've
what?
got a bunch, he just died on his own, but we've had
Oh,
three
yeah. Oh,
three
I see.
legislators that are all no longer in office, that are all going to get replaced. The Hortman has already got people that are running. They've got a special election coming. The one who just got convicted has got her election coming up, or they'll set her election now that she's resigning, and then the guy who died, they have to set his election too. So
Do you think they will ever figure out that as a person who pays a lot of taxes, I really don't want to see our two parties do nothing but argue?
Yeah, well,
I'm getting really tired. Can you agree on anything? That's the
In
deal.
Minnesota, I don't think so.
No, they cannot.
Well, it's national. It's a lot of different.
It is
it's
also
definitely
national, but I
national.
think
There's no doubt about
on a state level, Minnesota's probably in the top 5 for like useless political bickering.
No, I don't.
No?
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a lot.
I don't know. I mean, you got some states that are just locked in one direction, and so they're
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no bickering because there's no other opinion.
giant tort reform in Georgia. You had, I mean, you got all sorts of different things going on all over. You got the whole gerrymandering issue going on, where different states are talking about gerrymandering in
Yeah.
response to other states gerrymandering. And I don't. The only thing I don't like is I've never liked the idea of people in one district trying to control what happens in a district they have no control
Right,
over.
right.
That's why I don't like term limits. It's why I don't like. I think people should be able to elect whoever the hell they want to elect as long as they are eligible.
good
That's all
call.
that matters. So
People have a voice. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, there's no
So-
question about it. Like I said, I just wish they weren't so extreme on both sides.
No.
Could you just move to the middle where we all are? Because most of us are in the middle, I would think.
there's a whole percentage that don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
You look at the whole country and the number of people who don't vote at all. So,
Yeah.
they have opinions, but they don't vote. So, what can you do?
Yep.
I like how Seth said signing off in the little chat.
Oh, he did?
Signing off.
That's
He's-
nice. Nobody's ever done that before.
Let
They
us
just,
know.
they just click and go away.
But other than that, that's the biggest change going on locally, and then nationally, we'll see if we ever see Epstein lists or not.
Yeah, well, here's what I love about
Oh
that.
my God,
by
I'm
the
going to
way.
leave.
No, wait, be very, very quick. According to social media, our president is going to prison, and our former president, Obama's going to prison too.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
all
Don't
going
forget
to
Biden.
prison.
He's going to go to prison as well.
Biden's going to prison too. I forgot.
And the Clintons, they're also
They're
going to go
all
to prison.
going to prison.
Yeah, I know. It's that's something.
Jesus.
I think the only one who's not going to prison is George W. Bush because no one cares about him anymore.
The only thing I thought about the other day, which is every once in a while, and it's never happened national. Well, I guess maybe it happened with Nixon. It would be an argument that it happened there. But every once in a while, things just suddenly change in a couple of days, and suddenly somebody's gone. And at some point, one of these rumors or one of these actions are going to happen with somebody. And
Yeah.
whatever it is, it'll happen. But it's crazy how that works sometimes, how
know.
people go in and out like that,
I said, I just wish people wouldn't be so locked into one way of thinking. It's
Yeah.
not healthy.
Yeah. So, did you see this meeting that Vance had with I think Fox News, or I think it was Murdoch's, which is like,
Oh, yeah.
what's going on with that meeting? Who
well,
knows?
exactly.
So
They're all nuts.
maybe.
All right, that's going to do it. We will talk to you on Friday. That would be tomorrow.
It is already
would be tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been a quick week.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.